At 11 years old, she was the most famous child on the planet. By 21, she was a prisoner of her own fame. Everyone saw the arrests, the parties, and the sex list of 36 famous men she accidentally left in a hotel bar. But what the world didn't see was that Lindsay Lohan was never just a wild child. She was a human ATM for her own parents. While she was earning millions, her father was secretly recording her private cries to sell them to tabloids. Her mother was using her as a ticket to every VIP party in Hollywood. They didn't just spend her money, they stole her future. It's now 2026. Freaky Friday 2 is a massive hit, and Lindsay is back with a brand new face and a secret life in Dubai. But how did she survive the era that killed so many other stars? And who are the 36 men on that infamous list? Today, we are spilling the tea on the real Lindsay Lohan. The theft, the addiction, the transformation, and the ultimate revenge on the industry that tried to bury her. Get ready, because this is the side of Lindsay Hollywood never wanted you to see. Lindsay Lohan's career didn't start with a movie. It started with a paycheck before she could even spell her name. At only 3 years old, she was signed to the legendary Ford modeling agency. While other toddlers were taking naps, Lindsay was a professional model. By the age of 10, she had over 60 commercials under her belt. You probably saw her selling Jell-O with Bill Cosby or Pizza Hut to millions of Americans. She was the it kid, reliable, talented, and worth a lot of money. The big break came in 1998 with The Parent Trap. Disney took a chance on an 11-year-old girl to play twins with perfect British and American accents. She wasn't just good, she was a prodigy. She was acting against herself, and she nailed it. The movie was a massive hit, and overnight, Lindsay became the most famous child on the planet. Hollywood thought they had found a new princess, but they had actually found a golden goose. But while the world was obsessed with her freckles and wit, her home life was a war zone. This is where the real Parent Trap began. Her father, Michael Lohan, was a former Wall Street trader who spent more time in prison than in his daughter's nursery. He was in and out of jail for insider trading and was battling addiction long before Lindsay even knew what a cocktail was. And then there was her mother, Dina. People called her the ultimate momager, but the gossip in Hollywood was much darker. Instead of protecting her daughter from the sharks, Dina became one. She was more interested in being Lindsay's best friend and partying at VIP clubs than being a mother. The worst part? They weren't just a messy family. They were financial vultures. While Lindsay was earning millions, her parents were fighting over her contracts right in front of her. Michael later admitted they were living off her sweat. By the time she was 12, she was the sole provider for her entire family. She was a human ATM. As long as she kept working, her parents kept spending. They didn't just use her money, they stole her childhood. In the early 2000s, you couldn't open a magazine or turn on the TV without seeing Lindsay Lohan. After the success of The Parent Trap, she graduated to the big leagues. 2003 gave us Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis. It was a massive hit, and Lindsay proved she was more than just a cute kid. But then came 2004, Mean Girls. This movie changed everything. It became a cultural phenomenon, and Lindsay was the it girl of the decade. At 18 years old, she was earning $7 million per movie. She had the looks, the talent, and more money than she knew what to do with. But let's be real. Being the most famous teenager in the world with those parents was a recipe for disaster. While she was filming hit after hit, she started finding comfort in the Los Angeles nightlife. She was 18, she was legally an adult, and for the first time, she had her own money that her parents couldn't completely lock away. She began partying hard. She was seen at every club with the Holy Trinity, Britney Spears and Paris Hilton. To the world, she was having the time of her life, but behind the scenes, she was spiraling. In her later interviews, Lindsay admitted she felt incredibly lonely. She was surrounded by friends who just wanted to be near her fame. She was exhausted from working since she was 3 years old, and she started using drinking and partying as an escape. She wasn't just wild, she was a young girl trying to numb the pain of a stolen childhood and a family that only saw her as a paycheck. The party was just beginning, but the lights were already fading. It's the great Hollywood paradox. You can be the most photographed woman in the world, yet go to bed feeling completely and utterly alone. For Lindsay, that inner void was becoming a black hole. She started looking for validation in the neon lights of the club scene, surrounded by people who didn't love her. They just loved being seen with her. By 2008, the world wasn't talking about her acting anymore. They were talking about her explosive relationship with DJ Samantha Ronson. This wasn't just a romance, it was a 24/7 tabloid circus. We all saw the photos, the screaming matches outside clubs, the tear-stained faces, the broken glass. It was raw, it was messy, and it was happening right in front of the paparazzi's lenses. Lindsay looked exhausted, like she was screaming for help, but the world just kept snapping pictures. But the party lifestyle soon turned into a criminal record. It wasn't just drinking and driving anymore. In 2011, Lindsay did the unthinkable. She walked into a jewelry store in Venice Beach, tried on a $2,500 gold necklace, and simply walked out with it. She was caught right on the security camera. At that point, she didn't even try to hide it. She acted like she was above the law. Her life shifted from movie sets to courtrooms. She turned every hearing into a fashion show, designer dresses, perfect hair. But she couldn't hide the cracks. Do you remember the "F you" manicure? She actually had those words painted on her middle finger while standing before a judge. It was a middle finger to the system, but the system fought back. Lindsay became uninsurable. Studios wouldn't touch her. The Golden Girl had officially become persona non grata. But the true rock bottom came later, in a relationship that looked like a dream but turned into a nightmare. Her romance with Russian millionaire was supposed to be her fresh start in London. Instead, it led to those horrifying images on a beach in Mykonos. We all watched the video of Igor violently grabbing her, twisting her arms as she tried to escape. Lindsay was screaming that he tried to kill her. Seeing her on that beach, terrified, aged by stress and physically hurt, was the wake-up call. It was no longer a downward spiral. It was a fight for survival. If she didn't get out of that world, we knew we were going to lose her for good. Now, let's talk about the messiest moment of Lindsay's entire life. In 2014, a handwritten piece of paper was found in a trash can at the Beverly Hills Hotel. But this wasn't just any paper. It was Lindsay's personal sex list. Apparently, Lindsay was hanging out with friends, having some drinks, and decided to do a roll call of every famous man she had ever been with. She wrote down 36 names, 36 of the most powerful men in Hollywood, and wait until you hear who was on it: Justin Timberlake, Heath Ledger, Adam Levine. She even listed Zac Efron, Joaquin Phoenix, and the ultimate bad boy Colin Farrell. The world went absolutely insane. For the men on that list, it was a PR nightmare. Most of them were married or in perfect relationships. But for Lindsay, it was the ultimate humiliation. She didn't leak it on purpose. A hotel worker found it and sold it to the press. She later admitted she wrote it as part of her recovery steps to clear her head, but it turned into a public execution. Imagine the shame, having your most private moments gossiped about by millions. At that point, Lindsay wasn't just a party girl anymore. In the eyes of Hollywood, she was radioactive. Nobody wanted to be seen with her, and nobody wanted to hire her. But the real tragedy wasn't just the headlines. It was the total collapse of her once golden career. In 2006, Lindsay was at the top of the world. She was getting paid $7.5 million for movies like Just My Luck. She was the highest paid young actress in Hollywood. But soon, the industry started to turn its back on her. Then came the year 2007 and the disaster known as I Know Who Killed Me. It didn't just flop. It broke records for all the wrong reasons. The movie won 8 Razzie Awards, including Worst Actress. It was a career killer. Directors started to complain that she was impossible to work with, showing up late, forgetting her lines, or not showing up at all. Suddenly, the girl who could do no wrong became the girl no one wanted to hire. The money dried up faster than anyone expected. By 2013, Lindsay was so desperate for work that she agreed to do an indie film called The Canyons. Get this. For a woman who used to make millions, she was reportedly paid only $100 a day. Her total salary for the movie was just $6,480. She went from private jets to a low-budget set where she was constantly clashing with the director. She was officially uninsurable. In Hollywood, if an insurance company won't back you, a studio won't cast you. Lindsay was blacklisted. She had lost her reputation, her money, and her craft. It looked like the mean girl had finally run out of chances. By 2014, Lindsay had reached her limit. She did the one thing no one expected. She vanished. She packed her bags and moved to Dubai. Why there? Because in the United Arab Emirates, paparazzi are illegal. For the first time in a decade, Lindsay could walk down the street without a camera in her face. It was her own version of a witness protection program. But it wasn't just her address that changed, it was her face. We all remember the heartbreaking photos from her mid-20s. She looked decades older than she actually was. Experts called it pillow face, the result of too much filler and a lifestyle that had finally caught up with her. But look at her now. In 2024 and 2025, Lindsay reappeared looking absolutely stunning. The puffiness is gone, her skin is glowing. Some say it's a masterfully done deep plane facelift, others say she finally just got healthy. Whatever she did, it's being called the greatest glow-up in Hollywood history. She doesn't just look younger, she looks expensive, calm, and happy. She also found the stability she never had as a child. In 2022, she married Bader Shamus, a financier who stays completely out of the spotlight. No more toxic drama, no more beach fights. And in 2023, she became a mother to a beautiful baby boy. The wild child of the 2000s is officially gone. Now, look at her today. Lindsay isn't just back, she's taking her crown back. With her massive multi-picture deal at Netflix and the huge buzz surrounding Freaky Friday 2, the Lohan era is officially here. She's no longer that girl we all spent years worrying about. She is a survivor who played the Hollywood game, lost everything, and then won it all back on her own terms. Lindsay Lohan didn't just survive the machine. She conquered it. But I want to know what you think. Is this the greatest comeback in Hollywood history? And do you think she's finally found the piece she was looking for? I'll be reading your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe as we continue to uncover the truth behind the stars. Thanks for watching.